want to be drinking. I can't drink, y'all. So mentally, physically, spiritually, cleaning myself. I see the wine glasses. You know what I had to do? I had to teach y'all a lesson. That's what I had to do. They were out here talking mess, Jasmine. Taking me for granted and everything. I said, you know what? I'm going to give them a new host. She came through and she killed it. Yes, she shut it down. I knew she's my spirit animal. Shout out to Bondi Blue, okay, for holding the winos down. But I said, yeah, I'm going to just take some time. You know, when you be married for a long time, you just need some time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you in friendships, I just had to take some time to myself from y'all. You know, I had been crying the last 2 weeks. My best friend died and everything. I'm trying to keep up with a show. I'm trying to be a mama. I'm trying to be a wife. I'm trying to be an entertainer. It was just too much. It was just too much. So I just had to go and be with God in the physical, not in the spiritual. I ain't ready to go yet. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't ready to go. So listen, we got a full show for y'all, all right? Full show. We definitely gonna talk about them 5 billionaires, okay? On a remote controlled submarine built in somebody's garage, all right? Also, I'm going to run it back with the Meagan Markle and the Harry getting dropped by Spotify because Spotify has spoken on that situation. We're also going to be talking about Johnathan Majors and Meagan Good and how she's supporting her man because that was her man when he took the white woman like this and said, bitch, get out of my phone. He said, listen. So, yeah, she was in court with her man. Also, Kim Kardashian is saying Kanye was right. I never would have thought in a million years that would ever happen. She said, I think Kanye was right. I was like, well, no, you need to spit it out. Spit it out like you spit that semen out, you know? Also going to be talking about, listen, the wife and the side bitch is a fighting on Instagram. They fighting y'all. I knew it. I tried to tell y'all about Miss Denair Jackson, Derek Jackson's wife, but y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all said, Tasha, this ain't what she was talking about down there at the Dear Wifey podcast, and that man don't like women wives. He like man wives, and look up the definition of a man wife in my dictionary because you won't find it anywhere else on the internet but here at Unwind with Tasha K, okay? Yeah, down there talking to a man about how to be a wife, and he ain't had no experience with no wives because the wives are allegedly man wives, okay? Figure it out, okay? Also, we're going to be discussing more of Nick Cannon and Jessica White. I'm just like, girl, listen. Now, Lord knows I have my reservations with Nick Cannon, okay? But you're reaching today. You're reaching. Also, Ari Fletcher, okay? And, oh, man. I know Bondi told y'all I was going to come and elaborate on this more. I tried to give it the rundown, but it was just so much. When everything hit the fan on social media, okay, everybody was tagging me. I'm supposed to be mentally off social media, and y'all mentally brought me back in. And so I had to hurry up and get Bondi on the phone, and I was like, Bondi, this is the whole layout. So she tried to get y'all as much as she could, okay? And so I'm here, and I'm going to bring it home for y'all. I'm going to bring it home, okay? We're going to go all the way to Bali, India, where Russell Simmons went live from. He's supposed to be over there praying in Indian style, not bathing or showering for days, fasting, but yet he's on social media, doing the most, okay? And I got a little message too from Miss Blasian, Miss Kimora Lee, okay? So we're definitely going to discuss all that. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com, we got I would have never knew Remy Ma allegedly having an affair with her artist on the golden man, Papoose. Not the golden husband. See, you can't even be good to these women these days. You see, that's why the red pill, blue pill out here tearing y'all up. They don't want to marry y'all, okay? And Remy Ma is really about to set city wives back for centuries if y'all let her get away with this here, okay? An eyewitness saw it all. They said Papoose went in there and knocked that little boy out. So he got off work, didn't pick up the kids from daycare and went and knocked that man out about his man-wife, okay? Listen, all of that and more at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. But before we get into this white folks news, because this really ain't got nothing to do with us, it's above us. It's rich people above our tax bracket, and they white, okay? So, but we're going to talk about it, all right? We're just going to talk about it. We got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back, and y'all better be liking this video, okay, before I take another 3 weeks off, because it's going to happen. Let's go! Let's put the wine down for a second, because at times like this, we need to take a shot of the olive leaf extract, because the olive leaf boosts our immune system and has been known to reverse high blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, and certain cancers. Check them out at myoliveleaf.biz to learn more and to order, or simply click the link below in the description box. Now back to the wine. Yaki, I want to talk about sex with you.
Sex is very, very important, and we shouldn't just be giving it up to anybody, especially not the women. Because a man, he has a prong. He can stick it in and bring it out, and he cool. Even the way he nut, he ejaculate. He's always giving. That's why he's mostly doing all the work, doing all the humping, all the pumping, all the stroking, all the poking, and then he ejaculate. He nut inside the woman. The woman vagina is like a suction cup with a penis in it. Notice a penis in the vagina, your muscle starts in it. It's bringing it in because it's trying to ejaculate that sperm from the man. Everything about your body is to bring particles in. Everything about the man body is to shoot particles out. Based off of that alone in biochemistry, you are going to have a longer effect and a more powerful effect than I will. That's why a man can go around anything, but a woman one, and she is what? She is addicted for the rest of her life. Not only that, the sperm, remember the sperm breaks down your so-called immune system? Mm-hmm. It has a way of passing the blood and brain barrier, and the receptors actually connect to your receptors. So whenever you have sex with a man, they sperm bind to your brain for the rest of your life.
I should have waited on my husband.
I don't recommend a woman putting anything in her vagina other than penis, though.
So how often should a man ejaculate per week? So
from my studies, you can have sex as much as you want, but a man supposed to be ejaculating probably once a month.
Oh my God.
But you have to strengthen up the penis too. And I have a amazing penis strengthening exercise for my brothers. What you would do is you would get your penis hard. And when your penis get hard, you would get one of them thick, like a thick hotel towel. You put warm water on it and you put it on your penis towards the tip, not enough close to the tip where it'll fall off, and you lift it up. All you do is lift it up.
Yeah, you are just such a wealth of information.
We have lost the technique of breathing. Like a lot of us are being mouth breathers. Breathing through your mouth, it actually cuts your years, cut your life expectancy by 10 years. It changes the structure of your mouth. It pushes your teeth out. It makes you talk different. It gives you rotten tongue. It gives you thrust on the mouth. It messes with your circadian rhythm when you're trying to go to sleep. That's why they even created some type of band-aids and stuff or tape that you can literally close your mouth with when you're sleeping, because they have figured out that with mouth breathing, you don't get delta wave sleeps. Delta wave sleep is a deep sleep you get to regenerate and heal your body, because most of the healing process go on when you in your sleeping stage, but you can't get that when you're not actually going into them deep realms of sleep.
And we're back. All right, y'all sip for me now. Sip for me. I'm on a spiritual. I ain't even supposed to be gossiping, okay? But I had to come do it. I had to when it's in you, when it's a part of who you are, I can't help myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. But listen, I'm going to go cleanse myself after. Okay, now, so I guess in white folks news, okay? According to the 1st District of Northeast Coast Guard, a submersible that was used for carrying out tours of the Titanic wreck has reportedly gone missing. I'm sure you've heard about it. Okay, now the reason we don't have a picture of the submersible, I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. Do you have a picture of the submersible? Oh, that's what it looked like? Yeah, okay. It looks like one of them balloons you see carrying in the sky, advertising balloon. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And, you know, it's a hole. It's got a toilet in there. And it's got some screens, some sonar technology. I learned about sonar technology through the YouTube channel Adventures with Purpose, okay? That's who they should call out to come get these people, because they've been finding people from the 1800s that people can't find. They've been solving cold cases. Y'all need to get these YouTubers on it. You know we find everything, okay? Because I just feel like the federal government and the rest of the world is just disconnected. And there's a chain of command. We ain't got no chain of command over here. It's just us, right? So this gentleman right here apparently charged $250,000. Okay, this is not a ticket price at the Six Flags. Okay, $250,000 for them to go see the Titanic shipwreck. Okay, now it is quite deep below the surface. I mean. You ain't supposed to be down there. That's why they had to build something like this to go down there. Now the problem is this company here has only been in business for about 2 years. Okay, now I don't know what government cleared them. I don't really think the government really has jurisdiction over waters. I think they only got 12 miles of water from the land before it's international waters, and you pretty much a non-citizen. So they gotta wait until you get within a certain distance. So I don't know who gave them permission to even do something like this, okay? And why these white people would be stupid enough to get in there to go down there, and it's controlled by a Nintendo game controller, okay? Said he paid $29 for this remote control, and he is, operating 5 billionaires, okay? Underwater like this, okay? Hitting a blunt and everything. You know they got the cigarette on the end of their mouth talking. You good? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Turn left. Can you see it? Can you see it? Back up. Now, Lord forbid, when this happened, if you play any type of Nintendo, PlayStation, Genesis, who remembers the Genesis? You remember the Pac-Man? You remember the Pac-Man game controller? And every time, listen. They didn't last long because we played them too much. Now, he had been running this submarine on this game controller for 2 years. And I guess he didn't know what we knew, that these game controllers go out. And when they start going out, you really got the pressure. You got the, So I can imagine. Look, when the game controller just stopped working, he's like, what am I supposed to do? Let me change the batteries. I'm sorry. Y'all wanted me to be more inclusive. Here it is, okay? Hey. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I just report the news now. And listen, he gave a grand tour of it. They paid $250. I thought he said $250. I had no idea. It was $250,000, okay? Now, apparently, there's even a step kid to one of the billionaires that's on there that's like, listen, my dad does this kind of thing all the time. Matter of fact, he ain't even my daddy. He going to concerts. He asking, adult stars to, sit on his face and everything. He getting in arguments with my sister-in-law online about where his whereabouts are. It's just a whole mess, and everybody's like condemning this man. Talking about, well, why are you not grieving? He's like, that's my stepdaddy. That's not my real dad. I don't want him. I didn't ask for him. I told my mama not to marry him. So he's just waiting what we probably, if we were stepkids, would all be waiting for. Hopefully he don't come back. I got 18 hours, and I'm a trust fund baby. My mom did hit a lick in that portion, but you can tell he never liked this guy, okay? I was going to put the kid up here. I said, but it's not important, all right? But, I just wonder what this man going to explain to the federal government when they ask him, well, what was you using as a backup when the remote go out? Because, listen, I do this at the house right now on the Amazon TV. I'm sorry, it ain't none of my business. I really hope they found her, but if not, I think somebody was circling around that meme, when Leonardo DiCaprio died, in the movie Titanic. When he died, he started envisioning what the Titanic was like and how he had a good time with Rose. They finna open that door down there. Okay, and so listen, I wish them all the best. I'm sure they got plenty of insurance. I'm sure they got enough money. I'm sure they already got a clone. We got, hey, you got about $10 billion on one submarine, okay? Listen. For the small fee of $29.99. All right, y'all pray for him, okay? Because I ain't. I said, this is above me at this point. I ain't getting in there. I was waiting on them to report like one half black person down there. Just one. I said, it's just, I want to see the list of names of everybody that has ever taken this tour. I still ain't seen no black person. Well, I went down there. It was fine to me. Ain't nobody even came up to say that they went down there. Listen, when I'm trying to skydive, I'm looking at how the plane look. Like, okay, look. What y'all using? When the last time you checked the oil, changed the oil? What the transmission fluid looking like? Y'all have no idea. I brought my own mechanic down there to look at the plane. Y'all listen. Moving on. I'm going to hell. I'm going straight to hell. The people got like 18 hours left of air. But they still gonna continue their search. They got enough money too. So they family got it. Because if it was mine, if they belong to me, I'd be like, well, I guess I better pay my respects now. Shouldn't have had your ass down there. We wouldn't be here. All right. Ooh, talk about dumb and dumber. I wish I had the CEO of Spotify up here because he hit back. Now, I know Miss Bondi Blue touched on this a little bit, but, I'm going to take it a bit further, because I'm in the business of podcasts. I'm telling you, they need to hit up the YouTubers, okay? That's what they need to hit. Like, why is Spotify going to the Royals? Like, what? Did they expect the Royals to really be truthful and tell their business like that? The Royals don't talk. They have a representative. Remember when they were all of a sudden, chased by paparazzi in New York City and nobody saw nobody, no light sirens, because they would have had a helicopter fast down in New York City. Like, what is this high-speed chase going? They said they was being chased for 2 hours by the paparazzi, but coincidentally ain't nobody seen nothing. So Spotify gave them, when they exited the Royal Palace, $25 million. Y'all. I just needed a cool foe. My show already running. $25 million. They've never done a podcast before. They were just taking jobs any and everywhere they could, okay? Because they had to, they had to sustain that lifestyle because he wanted to relinquish all of his royal power. If I was her and I was the first black princess, you ain't relinquishing nothing. You know what Eddie Murphy asked that lady, and he was like, we can give it all up if you want. She was like, nah. But this one, she crying. You cry, you the first. You supposed to set the tone. You ain't supposed to leave. Saying she was fully black. If it had been her mammy still would have been there being called nigger, housewife, mammy, everything you can call her. But I'm still spending your money. I'm still having your son babies. And what? So she decides to leave. She did the white girl thing. And I gotta go. This is too much. It's so depressing. What you think it was gonna be? He told you about it. Okay? You're talking about this is an outcast of the family, and then he married somebody who's outside of the family, okay? What'd you expect? But Spotify gave him $25 million. $25 million to do a podcast, 8 episodes for $25 million. 25. They won't even give Joe Budden $5 million. He got a podcast going. I got a podcast going. Now, instead, they produced like, 3 shows? I think one with like Serena Williams, another, I don't know if Oprah did a show. They pulled their neighborhood friends. They said, hey, girl, come down the street. Serena got out of her house, put some house shoes on, walked down the street, recorded a podcast, went back to her house, took the kids with her and went back to the house to make some green beans and salmon for a husband. That's how he eat the same thing every day. Now, Spotify has since cut ties with them because they failed to produce 8 episodes. 8 episodes. They couldn't produce 8 episodes. I do that in a week. 1-hour episodes for $25 million. Spotify CEO felt like he had got hit. Felt like he was robbed. He said, these are grifters. He literally tweeted and said, these are grifters. I had to look up what the definition of a grifter was. I said, I ain't never heard that clapback before. At first, I thought he was calling them gifters, and I had to look. I said, wait, grifters? What the hell is a grifter? I said, this was above my education. So I did a little Googling, And it says a grifter's meaning is a person who engages. This is what he called the royals. Because he done got took for $25 million. That's personal. This man liable to do a drive-by right now, okay? He got the account for this money that he just gave him, and they just ran off with his money. They just, it ain't like it was a judgment. They took the money and ran. Put it in trust funds for Archie and the other little baby. So, it says a person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. If you would ask, but listen, you know these two quick to sue. They quit to sue. They got lawsuits pending everywhere. Anytime you even get up to even remotely call them a lie or say something out of the ordinary, they hitting back with a representative and they suing. And I'm like, these men gave you $25 million, knowing that if it just would have been her, she would have got $800,000. Maybe $250,000. She would have been trying to sue, saying they was discriminating against her. But because her husband was attached to the podcast and they thought they was going to get some of that royal wine and more subscribers, it didn't happen. The fact that you couldn't even take $5 million, hire a staff to produce your content for you to just get up and regurgitate. That's how easy it is. It's not hard if you have money. If you have money and you got the right research team, they could have gave them all of the topics to produce for the small fee of $25 million. And that I'm sure the next deal would have been $50 million, $100 million. But instead, they're too busy responding through reps and filing lawsuits every time somebody says something, instead of using the platform that they have, like I have, to hit back on every motherfucking lie that's being told on me. I would have had Spotify shut down every time they would have told me I was lying about being chased by the paparazzi in New York. That was your moment to trend every single time. Every time. I said, why they ain't call? See, they should have called Adventures with Purpose down there to go get them billionaires out the water. They would have used the sonar technology and a fishing boat. Them people would have been back here by now, okay? And they should have called Tashak to come down there. I'll be like, girl, they just said, child, they just said that y'all was lying. There ain't no way in God's way that anybody chased y'all through New York City and there's always traffic. What you gonna say about that? You should have been live from the house in your kitchen on a podcast. 8 episodes. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Spotify does sue for breach of contract, since they failure to meet the terms and conditions. But that's what happens when you give people the world. It's just $25 million. Who cares? I said, but the mere audacity and just the you know what? I'm kind of glad that Spotify got that. Now you're gonna come over here and see people really doing this consistently for the small fee of $3,000 a month. Okay, imagine what they'll do with $25 million. Oh, these people we be making up shit. We're making up shit. I wouldn't care if anybody sued. I'd be like, listen, I got the money. I got the money. I ain't worried about that. Who cares? Prove it. I want Spotify shut down. But yeah, they said they're grifters. I'm going to have to start using that. That's the new term for swindler. Yeah, so, scammer. Taker. All the above. All right, moving on till that lawsuit gets filed. That's my man, and I'm sticking beside him. I don't know why he walked up in there like he walked out of the 1930s. Like he just left the Titanic and came to court. Now, listen. Now, if you weren't on TashaKLive.com, I'm going to give you some wine. See, y'all, that's why y'all got to be over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about this Remy Ma Papoose situation and, Dwight Howard and Royce Reed with all them phones and stuff. Because, I know sis. Sis got every phone dating back to before when even Dwight Howard knew he was into trans women and bondage and all that stuff, okay? Allegedly. She got all the phones, okay? So, but this particular situation here, I was trying to tell y'all, listen, ain't no woman. Now, this is Meagan Good, in case she don't look like she been to church in a while. She don't. So this is Meagan Good and this is Johnathan Majors. Now, everybody's like, it was PR until I got a call. I got a call from somebody that know both of them. Said the reason, and this is a tashaklive.com exclusive, the reason she's sticking beside him is because that was always her man. Yeah. So when the white woman was trying to go for his phone and he grabbed her by the neck, he was protecting Megan's good reputation. And that was a bar. Megan's good reputation. You like how I said that? Megan's good reputation. So he didn't want the white woman to find out that he had lived off of until he got his big break. Stanford didn't provide a job. It was acting, gigs on the side, and that white woman, okay, that wanted to see who was in the phone. But when she went to pick up the phone, that's what he did. Then grabbed her by the neck because he couldn't live. If it had been anybody else, which I'm sure this wasn't the first time, it's just the first time like he did it at this scale. He had something, it was bigger than him at this point. It was bigger than him. He had to call the police on her just to keep her from going through the phone when he went to sleep that night. Because she was going to go through the phone and the blogs was going to find out that little Miss Meagan Good was a side bitch. So that's why she walking hand in hand and they meeting the parents. They can be together now. I mean, he just didn't have time to tell the white girl. He didn't want her to find out like this. Okay, and so Meagan is going to be there every step of the way because she feels like she's partly responsible since he choked the girl out allegedly because of her. He was trying to leave these white women alone, and it just didn't end good for him. But this they business. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't none of my business. I just report the news. But, that's how, man, I just can't help but think Devon would have never, Devon, the preacher, he would have never had you in court. See, listen, what happens when you try to marry these hoes? Like, they like a certain lifestyle. See, Devon tried, but he was like, if I have a baby, I really got to think about this. Do you see how quickly she moved on? You see how quickly she moved on? I would be surprised if I said, listen, my sister-in-law husband ain't even been to court with her yet. They've been married how many years? Okay, but she going to court after 3 weeks or a month of dating? Come on now, she been hitting that. She been singing, Y'all ain't gonna listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna listen to me. Go ahead, go ahead and listen to other people. Listen to other people. It's for grown folks over here. Listen to other people because y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. You gonna go to court with a man? I'm gonna ask you something. You gonna go to court with a man that you only known for a few weeks, that's literally being dropped by every agency out here, barely got any money to support himself, but you walking up hand in hand with this man because he your man in 4 weeks. She was the one on the phone. Moving on. They enjoying the show. Are y'all enjoying the show? Are y'all enjoying the show? Yeah. I don't think y'all enjoying the show. I don't. Y'all better get it all you can, because like I said, I'm going to be off until, listen, I got Miss Bondi Blue coming back through here this weekend. Okay, then we got some interviews that's going to drop. Ooh, we did an interview today. Ooh, this is why they call me the GOAT. Jasmine. Ooh, and let me tell you how God worked, y'all. I ain't even want to talk to the girl. I ain't even want to do the interview that I did today with the chick. I was like, my God, I'm going to start doing a do not interview list. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is how bad it, you know how when you go into convenience stores or beauty supply stores, and if somebody stole from that store, they put up your picture. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to start doing around here, so everybody get the memo. Don't bring this person. But I said, but this worked out so eloquently. Like, y'all don't understand how messy this interview was today. We're gonna drop it probably next Wednesday. It was so messy that she had to get off the phone to call the person who she snitched on to let them know what was going to come out on Tasha K. The last I talked to the person that she snitched on. They said they was gonna send some bitches for me. When I tell you, she told everything. Child, I said, oh, I just think people just feel, and she said, Tasha, I love you. I don't know why people don't like you. I love you. I said, I love you too, girl. I love you too. Thank you for that being a wine. Yeah. I said, this person out here doing interview after interview with my name and they mouth, still denouncing, the saying that I'm lying. And then your best friend come on and do an interview and say, well, I don't know why the wife don't like me. He's got a baby with a nurse. Like, I said, huh? Run that back. Y'all, listen, stay tuned. Next Wednesday, when that trailer drop, we're going to mess up social media. And I'm going to be on my spiritual sabbatical. Y'all deal with it leave me out of it. I ain't saying nothing, okay? I ain't saying nothing. I just know it's a newly married couple. And they don't want these type of problems over here, okay? So y'all just stay tuned. All right, up next, let's go. Look, if the chat is looping, I've literally tweeted YouTube. I've been talking to them all day on Twitter about the looping chat because it goes out and it's like it'll just repeat the same words and you got to go out and come back in. If you join the loop, I think they're in my DM right now. I really do. YouTube, yeah. If you join the link and tag at Team YouTube on Twitter, they'll get the memo because they think it's just happening to me. They was like, we need to clear your cache and cookies. I'm like, so 6,000, 7,000 people need to clear their cache and cookies? They all having coincidentally the same thing. So yeah, y'all just need to at Team YouTube to say they need to fix the looping chat. Nah. Okay? All right. So Kim, Kanye, and Ice Spice. So you remember when we said I talked about this when she hired Ice Spice to be a Skims girl and to come and entertain her children, North in particular. And, Kanye was upset about that. And I agree with Kanye on that because ain't no grown woman that's bending over, putting her middle finger in her pussy, got no business putting her hand on my daughter's shoulder. That's why you don't let everybody in your house. You don't let everybody around you because you don't know where their fingers been. But we have constantly seen her over and over, bending over on social media. Am I lying? Ice Spice, bending over with no panties on, putting her middle finger in her pussy. And then she goes to hold the mic and then passes the mic to the next rapper that comes out. Okay? And they ain't got no business around no children. North is a child. North is a child. So recently here, Kim says, I think Kanye may have been like, right. I think maybe I spoke too soon and I shouldn't have allowed Ice Spice around my daughter. See, when your mama's a hoe and she promotes you as a hoe, naturally you gonna promote your daughter by default as a hoe. Allegedly. I'm sorry, adult film star. This is the terminology. Okay, so she busting deals for you. You busting nuts for deals. Kanye realized his mistake to say, I shouldn't have been busting a nut in her. Now it's a possibility that my child is a third generation nut buster on camera. Okay? And now all of a sudden you're saying that you think that you made a mistake. Okay? Mm-hmm. You think that you made a mistake. And I'm like, Kim, what did you not, like, the way I grew up, children, you couldn't even be in a room when adults was talking. You couldn't be in the room at all. Like, you can't even be in an adult face. And see, that's what happens when you don't have a father in the household. Because you're not able to rationalize things. I guarantee you, had you would have asked Kanye, somebody who's a rapper, somebody who's been in the industry his whole life, who's worked with everything, do you mind if I allow Ice Spice to come surprise our daughter? Since she's a fan, Munch is North's favorite song. Even though I know what Munch means, I don't think Northie knows what Munch means. And your daughter's around here dressed like Ice Spice, bending over, putting her middle finger. She ain't even got a period yet. And her little stuff. Talking about, is a munch. Yeah. Cam. Right? I'm going to need somebody else to be a mammy to these Cam. Give them to Bianca. What's her name? The stepmama. Give them to Bianca. Because Bianca, I don't think Bianca would have. Bianca probably would have had the kids in men's faces, but she wouldn't have had, but it wouldn't have been by default because she, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I just don't know. But moving on. It's not my child. Not my child, okay? We need to take a break. All right, so listen, after the break, we got Nick Cannon and Jessica White. We also got, who else we got? Come on, I can't see. Okay. The side bitch and the wife is fighting over Derek Jackson on social media. They tagging each other, tagging UNWINEWITHTASHAK. I guess they want me to referee it like they do the UFC games and stuff. We got Ari Fletcher and her new weight loss scam. And also Russell Simmons, okay? We're going to break that down, okay? I know Bondi kind of took y'all, there from, according to what she knew, but I'm gonna take you over the hillside. We're gonna go all the way to Bali and get this wine. We're gonna go join Russell Simmons in Indian style, and we're gonna get this wine. We're gonna fast, we're gonna pray, and we're gonna let the truth enter our spirits, okay? Buddha style, all right? And all that and more coming up. And don't forget at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the Remy Ma and Papoose, okay? Remy Ma allegedly sleeping with her artist. Eyewitness tells all, okay? That and also Royce Reed with her 100,000 phones, okay, that she got on Dwight Howard, okay? And much, much more. All of that will be coming up on TashaKLive.com. So if you want to subscribe, go to TashaKLive.com, then subscribe, then you download the app. You're not going to be able to subscribe from the app. You have to go to the website, okay? We got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. You better be liking this video or I'm going to run this ad twice. Let's go. Let's put the wine down for a second because at times like this, we need to take a shot of the olive leaf extract because the olive leaf boosts our immune system and has been known to reverse high blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, and certain cancers. Check them out at myoliveleaf.biz to learn more and to order or simply click the link below in the description box. Now back to the wine. Yaki. I want to talk about sex with you.
Sex is very, very important, and we shouldn't just be giving it up to anybody, especially not the women. Because a man, he has a prong. He can stick it in and bring it out, and he cool. Even the way he nut, he ejaculate. He's always giving. That's why he's mostly doing all the work, doing all the humping, all the pumping, all the stroking, all the poking, and then he ejaculate. He nut inside the woman. The woman vagina is like a suction cup with a penis in it. Notice a penis in the vagina, your muscle starts in it. It's bringing it in because it's trying to ejaculate that sperm from the man. Everything about your body is to bring particles in. Everything about the man body is to shoot particles out. Based off of that alone in biochemistry, you are going to have a longer effect and a more powerful effect than I will. That's why a man can go around anything, but a woman one, and she is what? She is addicted for the rest of her life. Not only that, the sperm, remember the sperm breaks down your so-called immune system? Mm-hmm. It has a way of passing the blood and brain barrier, and the receptors actually connect to your receptors. So whenever you have sex with a man, they sperm bind to your brain for the rest of your life.
I should have waited on my husband.
I don't recommend a woman putting anything in her vagina other than penis, though.
So how often should a man ejaculate per week? So
from my studies, you can have sex as much as you want, but a man supposed to be ejaculating probably once a month.
Oh my God.
But you have to strengthen up the penis too. And I have a amazing penis strengthening exercise for my brothers. What you would do is you would get your penis hard. And when your penis get hard, you would get one of them thick, like a thick hotel towel. You put warm water on it and you put it on your penis towards the tip, not enough close to the tip where it'll fall off, and you lift it up. All you do is lift it up.
Yeah, you are just such a wealth of information.
You have lost the technique of breathing. Like a lot of us are being mouth breathers. Breathing through your mouth, it actually cuts your years, cut your life expectancy by 10 years. It changes the structure of your mouth. It pushes your teeth out. It makes you talk different. It gives you rotten tongue. It gives you thrust on the mouth. It messes with your circadian rhythm when you're trying to go to sleep. That's why they even created some type of band-aids and stuff or tape that you can literally close your mouth with when you're sleeping, because they have figured out that with mouth breathing, you don't get delta wave sleeps. Delta wave sleep is a deep sleep you get to regenerate and heal your body, because most of the healing process go on when you in your sleeping stage, but you can't get that when you're not actually going into them deep realms of sleep.
Hear ye, and we're back. Remember, I'm not sipping, okay? Remember, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Remy Ma, okay, allegedly cheating on the golden husband who gave her a golden child. Wow. Never knew what I knew, okay? Because, Butch Remy would have never. There's vegan Remy, then there's Butch Remy, So we're going to talk about that at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. So you make sure you just get your messy ass on up over there, okay? Nick Cannon and Jessica White, okay? So listen, one of the mods is timing out. Hits the reason why my Tasha. Okay, cool. Listen, guys, put this down for a second. Moderators, no timing out, okay? No timing out. I don't like these people here are grown. They are grown. Okay, let people talk. I appreciate everything that y'all doing, but when y'all start blocking people and timing out people, you're making my job harder because I got to go and unblock them. And I like my viewers. I'm like a restaurant, okay? I worked in a restaurant for many years. You know what I'm saying? You'll have customers that come in that complain, but they always come back if you treat them well. So that's how I do my business. Every customer is always right, even though they may not be right. But the fact that you're over here paying me to do this, you're right. You understand? So please, guys, don't mess with my money. You know I'm struggling out here. I ain't begging from y'all. Let these people talk. Let them talk. They grown. I love y'all, though. I love y'all. All right? Come on up here, Jessica, your lying ass, okay? Jessica White is filming Love and Hip Hop, and apparently Nick Cannon is her whole storyline for the last 10 years of her life. She claims that Nick Cannon, emotionally abused her. Yeah, that's what she said, okay? Now, she didn't talk about this until they wrote out the promo of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I guess that's, you got to promote it, right? And Nick Cannon is the most controversial online right now, okay? And so she recently came out and said, let me get this article up because we just added this one. I think I sent it to Jasmine right before this show started, okay? So let me go and get this little article real quick and tell you these lies that she done told. If I was on I know I had put up also that I was going to be talking about Tokyo Tony, husband versus my husband, but we did that on the second channel, Wino Gang Podcast. It got a little dangerous. So, and it got a little violent. So that had to go on the second channel, Wino Gang Podcast. We did that last night. Viewer discretion is advised, okay, when you watch that video. Because we told it all, okay? So I compared her husband to my husband. Now we're even. All right, now, so Jessica White says Nick Cannon was emotionally abusive to her, okay? She says she's reflecting on her relationship with Nick Cannon, and it's not looking like it was too pleasant. Now, according to page 6, White says it was an emotional roller coaster with him. I went through an emotionally abusive relationship, and everybody goes through it. She said, I am just the first person in Hollywood to talk about it, and not to try to make a pretty picture of it. I don't want to be perfect, she continued. If you recall, Cannon and White dated from 2015 to 2020. Now, they only dated once a month because that's all the time that he had because he had to rotate 20 other ones, okay? So I don't know if you quite call this a relationship. This is kind of like... It's sort of like you rent Airbnbs, Every now and then you get an Airbnb. So she also suffered, unfortunately, losing a baby while being pregnant by him. And while she didn't highlight every example of the alleged emotional abuse she allegedly endured, she did previously reveal that she found out he impregnated another woman while they were together. Now, I don't know how you're with someone when he's either always at work or with someone else making a baby. Nick Cannon has a baby every year, and you were with him every year, but only once a month of the year. Now, here's what I'm going to say why I don't believe her. Ain't got nothing to do with Nick Cannon bouncing checks over here. It's got everything to do with Nick Cannon's never hid who he was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, up front what you're getting with him. It's all over the blogs. If you're emotionally abusive, like, that's a reach. That's like Sukiana saying that I was that she was, sexually harassed. How? When you verbally, sexual. How can I say this? The SH word. The SH word. When you hit on a man and don't ask him for his permission, that's called SH. And when he says something back to you, that's not SH, but if he goes further than that after you said no, then that could be taken as, okay, listen, I was just playing. But when you do not ask permission to say certain things to people, like, oh, I'll turn you out, I'll do this, that is what you call you SH them first. YouTube got me censored over here and Facebook and everywhere. Hi, guys. That's why we have the TashakLive.com. And then they reciprocate. And so emotionally, how are you emotionally abused, by this man? And he has publicly been with multiple women. If you ask me, you did it to yourself. You stayed. And I don't think we would be having this conversation had you would have kept or had your baby would have stayed. And I know that's harsh for me to say, but I just feel like you just wanted to be one of them. And you just wanted him to love you the way you couldn't love you. And so because he couldn't love you the way you couldn't love you, it's his fault. Ho, get out of here. I got to go. I got bigger problems to fry. Bigger fish to fry and eat. Brim, mullet, grouper. Not groupie. The wife and the side bitch is fighting. Child. Never knew. Now listen, a lot of y'all didn't like my commentary on what I had to say about Miss Denair because you feel sorry for her. She pandering to y'all. That's what she's doing. She's pandering to y'all. Y'all didn't even know she was running a whole operation when Derrick Jackson was in the car telling you everything that you wanted to hear just so he could bust a nut in you. That was all her. Okay, she was helping to write so he could spiritually see the perspective on what a woman was going through because she was telling him. And that's why she contested the divorce and put adultery because she knows that she's entitled to half because she built half of that. And he's out here doing skits about him cheating on the wife and the bonnet and all that. Okay? Yeah, he's not hurt. Neither is she. Now, I told y'all when she did that interview, I didn't like it. A lot of people say, oh, well, it's because you wanted her to sit down with you. No, I didn't like it. I didn't like who did the interview. I didn't like how it was conducted. And I didn't think it was genuine. I felt that she was being spiteful. Okay? I felt that she wanted to ruin his brand. A brand that she helped to build. I felt that she just wanted to get her one lick back. And it worked for a little while. And I said, I don't feel that she's over Derrick Jackson. I feel that if Derrick had it, would have not, woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, he still ain't filed them papers though. He ain't filed them papers. I looked in the county. There ain't no papers filed. Well, wait a minute. Because she contested it. They just got filed. When I had looked weeks ago, they weren't filed, but they filed now. Okay? I ain't seen no motions. I'm looking for the motions responding to each other. Okay? Now, I told y'all, I said, I feel that Denair, if Derrick said, come home, she got her. I feel like if Derrick said, baby, can't we? While he was talking about working out, she would have been. I mean, you're talking about a lady that said she took turns with other women and she was the wife. He brought women into her bed. And this is how I'm telling you. I know this because her and Pinky Cole, the one that he was down here in Miami with, he flew her first class Spirit. Spirit got the big front seats. Jasmine said the Spirit have first class. They have the big front seats that don't recline. That's first class. That's a come up for somebody who's currently on Section 8. Pinky Love is on Section 8. Okay? She buys her body dresses out of the trunk of cars at beauty supply stores, okay? So before you get into the beauty supply store, there's always somebody out there in the trunk with dresses hanging. She said, I'm going to take this and this, 3 for $20. She on a Spirit flight with Derrick Jackson, the Derrick Jackson. Sent back with Calm and BV stuck to the walls, okay? Now, they tagging each other. They tagging me. Pinky Love in my DM. She tagging me. First, and it's Denair, because I don't understand. Like, Denair's been trying to do her model thing, and she's a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. I mean, her and the side bitch look quite similar, The only difference is one is thou art loose than the other. So, but other than that, she's just a, like I said, that woman thou art loosed than Denair. So Denair's been posting these gothic photos, these modeling photos, and I don't understand. Like, you should be mad at your husband. She said, now listen what Denair said, okay? She said, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Tag Pinky Love. I'm trying to preach something. So she said, tag Derrick's side bitch. Because Derrick's still nothing in that and others. It ain't just her. But she understands that's her place. She said, while I wait, turn to Samuel chapter 30. Go ahead, give me that, child. You already know what time it is. She said, Denair Jackson says, turn to 1 Samuel chapter 30. Her words, not mine. I'm not playing with God. She is, okay? Now, she said, when Denair's, this is Denair Jackson, Derrick Jackson's wife, wives, husband, Anom and Abigail, I don't know who those are, were captured by the Amalekite. You can tell I don't read the Bible. I can't pronounce these right. I ain't even going to pretend, okay? Denair, so she's calling herself David. Denair had a moment of great distress, she writes in her post. She said, then she went to the Lord and said, Lord, shall I pursue the rating of Pinky Love, the side bitch? Party. Lord, shall I pursue the rating of Pinky Love's party? She also goes on to say, will I overtake them? Will I overtake them? Pursue them, he answered. You will certainly overtake them and succeed in rescue. Verse 8. She also goes on to say, so David, she's considering herself David, Denair, took 400 at Miss Lady T. Oh, she tagged the rest of the side hoes. I didn't miss that. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh, she tagged all the hoes. We got to get all of them on the show. Okay, I'm flying all of them in first class. She said, so Denair David took 400 side hoes at Miss Lady T. I'm sorry, ladies, if you got this clout. At _Derica_ at Life's Good Nick, at Stephanie Gadou of the 600 men to pursue what was stolen. Long story short, David Denair recovered all that was stolen and took all the Amalekites, Pinky Love is an Amalekite, stuff too as interest for pain and suffering. Verses 18 through 20, so I heard Pinky Love was a model. So I'm going to take that blessing of hers as down payment for the pain and suffering. Big God Trump, little God sis, got to be more careful. Photography, makeup artist at Miss Lady T, at Derica. Oh, okay. So she said tag the side hoe. Now, I saw it. I said, I don't know why she asking us to tag, and she got her tags turned off, So, I was sent that, and then Pinky Love hits my DM, okay? The side bitch, and she's like, look. Because I hit her. I've been hitting her. I'm like, girl, I can get you Delta. I'll get you Delta on my Sky Miles account, okay? Yeah, I'm going to wait for that upgrade. So she sends me a post, and I guess she hits back. She's a sister wife. She says, as a woman, Pinky Love says, the Amalekite. As a woman, I know healing isn't easy, but being in this one-way competition with me isn't going to help. I didn't meet or even talk to your estranged ex-husband until months after he filed for divorce from you, but you're still on social media bullying and harassing me every chance you get. I didn't steal anything from you, and even if I did, your anger would be displaced. That marriage was between y'all, and the same goes for your divorce. Tagging me isn't going to bring him back to you. Okay? This is the announcements at the end of the church service. Your pictures are beautiful, but your spirit isn't. This religious theme smear campaign isn't fooling anyone. Get some help and maybe better friends who will keep it real with you that this isn't a good look, sweetie. If you're really healing, the only thing on your mind would be your beautiful children and your walk with God, not me. P.S. To anyone else who may be seeking a relationship with God, says Pinky Love, the Amalekite, verses Samuel 1:1-30. She said, don't let this discourage you, says Miss Section 8. Real Christians don't act like this. At the Shade Room, at Spiritual World, at UNWINEWITHTASHAK. Listen, Denair is not over Derek. She still want her husband, and she said she gonna recoup everything that was stole from her, and she gonna take this lady's Section 8 check as down payment. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. But listen, I already asked her, could I fly her Delta instead of Spirit? Because I saw when she posted on the flight, it was a black and gold seats. Yeah. So I already knew how he got her down there. So, do I need this? Yeah, okay. We're going to let God deal with them. I'm out. Now, up next, real quick. Don't forget, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Remy Ma versus Papoose. They fighting down there in North Carolina, between North Carolina and New York City on the 95, okay? Ari, the FCC finna come get her. Okay, I think it's the federal, is it FTC? No, it's the FTC. It's not the FCC, it's the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, okay? Because what happens is, as influencers, right, we have to be honest. We can't get online and sell workout packages and boot camp videos saying that this is how we lost weight, do a 30-day challenge. Look at her. She says she got a 30-day challenge where I think it's like $20 a month or something like that, and you're going to subscribe to her app so you can get the body that she bought. The body that she bought. She said she worked out for this body, okay? Now, a lot of users have been quite upset because they're like, how are you selling workout videos like that's the body that you got? And you did, the only thing you worked out was on the surgery table. Now, she decides to clap back at some fans, okay? Read them, Jasmine. I can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah, come on now. Hurry up. Let's go. You know, who
already said, why do y'all keep saying I have a BBL and ass shots? I do not. And you ugly as F. Don't piss me off.
Okay. Do we have a before and after of the before and after? I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's an ugly woman I saw in person. This is before. This after. Why you ain't see the one, the before and after from the back, Jasmine? It wasn't that girl. You would have saw the whole curvature. The girl was shaped. She had an inverted triangle shape. She was shaped like me. So you go online, you figure out how you shape so you can buy clothes and swimsuits for your body that complement your body and stuff like that. So I had to go and learn what was complementary to my body and stuff. So I'm shaped like an inverted triangle. That's the one. I don't know why Jasmine ain't put up that other picture because it was more telling. But go before and after, okay? Because this is that before when she had edges. No edges, okay? Mm-hmm. And so, listen, these influencers got to be careful because I'm telling you that when the FTC come and you posting that gummies, the real BB Judy, and all these weight loss products, this is what y'all use to lose weight. We're talking about a girl. Do you have the video where I sent you where she said, listen at this. Let me tell you how much surgery that she got.
Anyway, I got a revision and I got another lift. And then I got an eternal bra. So basically, I have like this thing around here and right here. So it's actually drilled into my ribs. So they won't like fall, you know? So they'll just stay sitting up nice and pretty.
Why she?
Forever.
Why did she get low when she said that? Why did her voice get low? She always got smoke for everybody. But when she was trying to explain to people that she got metal rods, a metal bra sewed into her ribs so her boobs will never fall. Go back to the workout video, the boot camp. But never had a BBL. Never. Okay. All right. Now, when she get hit with that fine from that Federal Trade Commission, they're going to ask her to provide proof that that ass is real. Okay? Moving on. All right. Now, I saw no one ever wins when the family feuds, okay? No one ever wins when the family feuds. Go ahead, put me on the mic, put me on the battery, because we got a dynamic presentation on Remy Ma versus Papoose. Like I said, ooh, y'all got me in here sweating like a preacher, like a prophetess. Okay, listen. Now I saw what was going on social media, and like I said, I tried to run it down, to Bondi Blue to give us some backstory on everything that has hit the fan. I'm surprised it took this long. Thank you so much for putting him in a peaceful Indian style, because that's where he need to be before these feds come. Okay, because the feds is coming. The feds are already here, okay? Now, the reason I got all of the baby daddies there is because they all are interlinked, all right? And she's always the victim. Now, I believe the reason why Russell Simmons is going through this is because, all them women that claim that he calls them to be a victim, things have a way of hitting back and turning back, So they was trying to sue him. But instead, Kimora got to the money before they could, okay? So that's why he hollering. Where's the video? What was that? What was that? You said you broke? You're not broke in Bali. The cost of living is low, sir. The cost of living is next to nothing. The flight was expensive. But you eating good over there. You got good skincare regimen, everything. You're eating fruits and vegetables all day. You're not broke like that. Not according to their GDP. You're not broke. You're doing good, sir. You're doing real good. Now, I don't know if y'all know the backstory on this, okay? Real quick, before I get into the backstory, let's roll the video of, first of all, because, the babies came out. And I don't believe children should be involved in adult situations. I don't care if you 18, 19, that's between your mammy and your daddy. I would never, ever get in between my parents' argument. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like even Tantu. Like Tantu, she'll see me and her daddy going at it, and then we'll try to get into it. And she'll be like, you told me never to get in y'all business. I'm like, you right. You better stay right there. You right. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get in grown folks' business, And I feel that, a lot of times, because as parents, especially when you go through divorces and stuff, you could be a bit biased, towards the other partner because, your relationship with their dad is very different from dad to daughter. So if, they're living with you majority of the time and they're not living with him, you kind of got an advantage mentally over the children just by default. Okay? And so I just don't believe that she should have involved her children at this, okay? But we're going to play this little girl crying. You ain't got the little girl. Don't worry about that. Do you have the little girl? Okay, bring the little girl up in here crying. Then we're going to move on to Kimora Lee. And then I'm going to break this down because, see, Kimora Lee ain't being all the way truthful about everything, okay? She claiming that she got receipts. So do I. Everybody ain't lying on you. Everybody ain't lying on you, Miss Blasian. Talking about I'm doing this on Juneteenth. You don't care nothing about no Juneteenth. You Korean. What a video. Let's go.
I did also want to come on here and say that I can't, between a lot of people who are close to him and who have experienced how he has, just lashed out at anyone he can, and completely changed the person that he is. A lot of us feel like maybe something's wrong, like mentally, I don't know. He's older, I don't know, but he has completely changed. I will come on here and talk about whatever I want because it's my life and I'm the one suffering. So, he has completely changed. The couple texts I just had, those are only the beginning. I'm gonna go through them if he's gonna, I don't want to post a ton, but if he tries to say that, like, it's not happening, I have screen recordings, I have voice memos of things that it doesn't sound like a human being. He's like shrieking and yelling, and I mean, he sounds like possessed. So, I will say, I'm not even sure if it's like to his credit, but the best explanation I have is something mental going on, because I used to be very close to my dad. He used to be a good co-parent, close with my mom, my stepdad. He was his godfather to my little brothers. We all went on vacation together every year, like very close, well after the divorce. Everyone was really happy. When he had business ventures, my mom would invest in them, like good friends. He'd come stay with us, like we'd come stay there. We'd like all the time, everyone together. And then really he suddenly just decided that, like, if we don't agree, it's, oh, you're all bitches like your mother, I hate you, all these fucking bitches are the same, oh my, I mean, he's just a different person. Like, he has, like, looked me in the eye, and I've been like, I need help. I was in Greece doing the camp, and I was like, you cut off my debit card. I only got, like, couple $100 a month as a minor, and I was like, I'm in a foreign country, and my debit card won't work, I can't even add money to it. Can you help me? And he was just like, no, I sure hope that you don't die on the streets of Thessaloniki. And I was like, no, like, I'm really stranded out here. I need help. And he's like, well, maybe you should ask your mother not to sue me. And I'm like, you're suing her. And he's like, well, maybe when you bitches decide you're gonna, like, be reasonable, I'll help you. And I'm like, this is unsafe. It's nighttime. What? You cut me off out of nowhere. And he did it, like, on purpose. He was like, oh, enjoy camp. I put, like, you're good to go. I put money in your card. And then he cut it off when I landed. So I'd be stranded. My mom helped me. It was fine. Worst things have happened. I'm just saying, he'll, like, look me in the eye and be like, well, maybe when you bitches decide to, like, threatening me. So I felt that was important to include, because if we do continue to get into it, and some of the things that I post are going to look crazy, and I agree, they're crazy. And it would honestly make me feel better if something was severely wrong, because this is just not the father that I know, or the father that I've had. You know, like, to this day, I would never let a man talk any kind of way to me, because my dad was always good to me, and then he just completely changed. So I just want to include that it could be that, and I don't know his mental situation, but, like, he used to do kind of crazy stuff, and then say he had COVID, so we'd all call him, or if we'd say, hey, I need some space, because all you do is tell me how awful I am, and how I have my mom's awful, shitty, bitch-ass cunt genetics. So, hey, like, I'm in school, and can you not harass me when I'm in school? He wasn't paying for school, by the way. Can you not harass me?
Now, there was another live that she did that she was just worried about her career. Oh, I'm not going to be a model. I'm not going to be a model because everybody loves my dad. I don't care. I've been wanting to say something for a long time. My career is going to be ruined. It's okay. I'll just go be a doctor. Like, I'll just go be a lawyer. I was like, the privilege of it all. Not me. I just got to go work at Starbucks. I'm not going to be a model like my mom. I'm just going to go, fine, Dad. I'll just go to law school. Jared. Now listen, she a child. She entitled to feel how she feel, right? But there was a lot in there that she don't understand that is directly correlating to her mammy. See, if you're saying that your daddy has never been like that, now all of a sudden he's mad, he's angry all the time, maybe you need to ask your mama what changed. Everybody else out here in the public know. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you why. Because if I was under the type of stress he is and I have to go live in Bali just to find some type of peace in case I get extradited, I don't know why he ain't in Cuba in Indian style. Because Cuba ain't going to extradite him. certain countries won't. He didn't know that he was making a deal with the devil down here. He didn't know that. I mean, he was the perfect target. He was the perfect target for that Malaysian one money. Y'all don't remember Michael Price just got, is he sentenced yet? He was just found guilty because he wouldn't turn in the Joe Ho Lo man who took $100 million from Malaysia, his bank, Goldman Sachs, her ex-husband. Well, she was the second wife. I don't even think they were really truly married because he was married to somebody else and that came out in court. That's a whole nother thing there, okay? Funnel that money into Russell's company because, you know, you got to have somewhere for the money to go. You can't just be walking around with $100 million plus and people asking where you got it from. Billions of dollars, you got to have a paper trail. So what they do, they find people with companies that need money and they launder the money. That's what they do. Now, Kimora had a lot to say, you know, after, you know, the video leaked of him saying, ask your mom, I ain't got it. She took everything. I'm broke. He's not lying. He's not lying. It's in the indictment. He's not lying. He would have never saw this coming. After all the money he took on them rush cars, he would have never saw it coming at this level. You understand what I'm saying? So he was doing his taking legally. But this taking was a whole nother ball game, okay? So Kimora, what she does, right? You understand when you so far deep in, you'll say anything. You'll say anything to anybody to make them believe you. You know, and the schemes that she was pulling to protect him, but then she realized that she wasn't the only wife. Now all of a sudden, let's hear what she got to say. Then I'm gonna bring this home. We're gonna head over to TashaKLive.com. Let's go.
And so one day he just kind of cut the kids off. There was no more money coming in, no more like allowance, quote unquote allowance. I think he probably did that just to double up the expenses on me, which
he cut the kids off because he had no money to access because she took his company from him, promised she was going to pay him because the government was going to seize the money, okay, that she put in. I'm going to back it up. Just let her talk. This is too much. Just let her talk.
there's no problem. I stepped up. I did it. But when he did this, it was around just before finals and graduation. It was some months ago, just before finals and graduation. And he did it without telling the kids or talking to the kids or anything. He did it, it's funny, after he did an interview with, I think his name is Academic or DJ Academic. So I saw in that clip, that was some months ago too, you can go and reference it and find it, where he told this guy, he was on and on about this guy, and I think it was about old school hip hop heads and how I should honor them, which I believe you should. But he was saying to the guy, like, I'm so rich, I got this and I got that, and I'm this and that. None of that could be further from the truth. You know, he has turned around, and then again, I have records and evidence of this where he's told the kids in writing, we have it, text messages, I'm broke, I this, I that, I can't, you know, go get it from your mom. Now, meanwhile, I have been financially carrying this person probably for the last at least 10 years, myself and my ex-husband. Again, this is all proven with receipts, so if whatever, somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, you know, we can talk about it. We can come, we can open up our receipts. I love it. I love receipts.
I love receipts. Okay, we love receipts, okay? The federal indictment is a huge receipt, okay? So, and I'm going to tell you why we got Jamon Honsu in here. Because everybody, like I said, everybody's not lying on Kimora. Russell is not lying on Kimora. I think Russell really thought that Kimora's ex-husband was legit. She even thought that her ex-husband was legit until she found out through testimony that her ex-husband had forged fake divorce papers to say that he was divorced from his other Korean wife just so he can marry her. And then he married her, got close to her, got close to all of her business connects, and her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, was the perfect person to go to when you've been illegally taking money from countries that was supposed to use it for economic development. And so you need somewhere for the money to go. So you find ignorant niggas, okay, that's got access to people in businesses, and then they invest, okay? So when she says that she's been financially carrying him, she's been financially money laundering. Did I say that right? Yeah, does it? She's been financially money laundering. That's what the feds say, okay? This ain't no. And so what happened was when they came after her ex-husband, that she really wasn't married to because he was married to somebody else in a whole other country. Or we just call you a second wife. How about that? Call you a second wife, but you didn't know you was a second wife. You didn't think. You thought you had hit the jackpot with a billionaire that works for Goldman Sachs, okay? Mm-hmm. But you didn't even know. Your fairy tale life will soon come crashing down, okay? And so, she's spending money. She didn't know she was spending, money that was taken from the poor. She didn't know that. She just knew she was done with black men and she had made it. But she didn't know she was dating the biggest dope dealer of them all, okay? He was just dealing dope a different way. Now, she approaches Russell at the expense of, her ex-husband and says, hey, you got businesses, okay? We wanna partner on some things, okay? And so him and her ex-husband, Tim Lesner, got mighty close. They started investing in businesses. They started, buying stock in businesses. They started putting a lot of money into Russell. Russell was back up because Russell had lost a lot after Oprah had decided to do that documentary with the women that claimed that Russell was getting high back in the day and he was taking vagina. Yeah. But he's forgiven because he went and asked Buddha for forgiveness, okay? And so it had got so hot out here with that documentary that he was asked to step down from his own company, and so went to Bali to recenter himself to try to get rid of all this karma, because karma's real, And in the meantime, he was flying back and forth, and when times got hard, you see a sucker. You see a sucker, and you got money you need to hide, Tim Lesner, so you hide it in the black community with drugs, alcohol, all that, money laundering, right? And Kimora had access to all that. So, when the government came looking for the money that was taken through that Malaysia fund, that's the one Michael Price just got in trouble for. Remember that money he took from Joe Ho? He was the one that was taking that money too and giving it to Michael Price, the Fuji members, and he was putting that into, the Trump campaign and the Obama campaign, and all he had to do was snitch on the Asian man, and he said, no, he's not snitching on the China man. Lock me up. And they said, okay. He said, okay, lock me up. Fine, do it. Same thing, Jamie Foxx was supposed to be testifying. All of a sudden, he can't see or walk. Can't nobody find Jamie or locate Jamie because the federal government needed him on that witness stand, which would have possibly caused him to incriminate himself. And so what did he do? He went and got sick, allegedly. It's no different than calling out sick from out of work. And he was almost finished filming that movie anyway, so they just put a stunt double in. They're not quite saying what's wrong with him because they really don't want to put nothing out there because they know the federal government going to come looking, because they're trying to figure out why you didn't show up for testimony. What is it that you're hiding, sir? He said, I can't see, so I don't know. I can't walk in the courthouse because I'm paralyzed. That's what he said. I don't know. I said, this shit get a little deeper than y'all think now. Leonardo DiCaprio had to go down there, okay? He had to answer for that money that Joe Loho gave him. Michael Price, all them. There's a lot of celebrities that were funneling money to, okay? And this is a part of that. Y'all don't understand. This some what you call that man that's dead now? The white man, Jeffrey Epstein. This is Jeffrey Epstein level. That's how level it is. It's federal at this point, okay? It's federal. Above my pay grade, I just pay my taxes and leave the federal government alone, okay? Anybody come with money? As black people, listen to me. If anybody come with money and they look like this, or they send a woman that you always love and you never wanted to divorce her because you was the one that took her virginity because you was grown and she was a child, you need to ask where they got the money from. It's kind of like when your uncle come in the house on Friday and his paycheck more than what it normally is. Where you get this money from, Leroy? Edward, where you get this money from? No, Edward, your check normally $300. Where you get $3,000 from, Edward? And you pack batteries. Well, y'all got to ask questions. But they see a white man in a suit, they feel like all is good. And he worked for the bank. He just got it from the bank. Yeah. But the feds are looking. And so what happened was she helped her ex-husband to funnel that money. She didn't even realize she was being swindled too. Grifter. She's a grifter, right? He's a grifter. Yeah. So, and as he was being swindled, when the government came to seize everything, she hurried up, took the shares because he was partnered with Russell Simmons on that Celsius drink and a few other companies, okay? So what she did was she told Russell, hey, sign this company over to me before the government seizes the asset because they're going to seize every single business that he has. He was 51% owner over this energy drink, and Russell Simmons was 49% owner, okay? So she knew that the government was coming for that money. All of it, not half. So she had him sign over, promised him she was going to pay him $14 million so she could go use it to bail her ex-husband out of jail and keep some money to survive off of because the government was coming for it all. You know that's what they do. They place a hold, just like they placed a $3.8 million hold on my Chase account. And I only had $1,000 in the bank. I said, if y'all gonna pay this, then I'm gonna let this go to check systems, bitch. I said, y'all got it. That would be a great day for me. You have no idea. Get this lady off my back. Please pay it, and I'll just never have a bank account again. I'm gonna get me a Rush card. That's how it's going. I'll be like, Rush, Uncle Rush, Cash App, what's going on? I can't never have a bank account again. But it's cool. It's cleared. If I had it, I'd run it down and make her take it. Goddamn it, take this money, please. Now, so Tim on the testimony stand, and, you know, he being questioned about everything. Wives, fake divorce documents from the other wife. He was scared to divorce the other wife because she knew that he had took that money from that Malaysian fund because his bank was the one that was over the managing the fund. They took for them poor people that all them investors gave to and funneled that money into them. He got him a half-black wife, found him an ignorant nigga, and put the money into the nigga and then told the wife to go get the money because that's all you're going to have because they coming to take everything. The government is here. The government is here. Tried to go to Switzerland to even do asset protection, which was way too late. You got to ask yourself, why are you doing asset protection? And this man is a billionaire. He should have been had asset protection. Okay, he should have known as a billionaire. No billionaire has nothing in their name. That's not a real billionaire. Okay, that's not. That's only nigga. That's only black people want stuff in their name. White folks don't put nothing in their name with real money. But now all of a sudden he want to take everything out his name. So he hurried up and moved it to the wife. Wife said she ain't know nothing about it. When the government comes, this the money she gonna live off of. Russell flat broke. She took everything. That's what he was saying in this video. Go. Roll that video. This is what he was saying. He said, I'm broke. She took, the Russell Simmons. No, the Russell Simmons video, the silent one. This is what he was saying. Ask your mama. She took everything. I'm broke. Right. He believed that she was going to get the money right back only to keep it. He got to stay in Bali, can't get a flight back over here to come get it. Then he find out that he's under investigation because that money wasn't the money he was supposed to be using to sell energy drinks. That belonged to the Malaysian people. But he trusted the devil. Okay? And Kimora Lee, she was the face of it. They investigate her too. That's why he got on lies about the feds. You're going to jail. The feds is going to get you. You stole from me. You stole from the Malaysian people. You helped your ex-husband. And then she was like, if I'm going to jail, you going to jail too. So them kids don't know what's really going on. That's why children don't need to be between a mother and a father's business. And she talking about she been financially carrying him. No, the Malaysian people been carrying all y'all. Now you asking what Digimon got to do with this? Hansu. Because this is her second husband. Now she been married by about 9 times, okay? But she got multiple kids with these men, and she got an adopted baby, okay? All these kids coincidentally hate their daddy, including the mixed one, the biracial one that she got. His daddy in jail. She ain't taking him down there to the jailhouse at all. You ask your other wife to bring your kids to see you, okay? That's what you do. I don't even know how she hanging out. I'm like, Kimora, like, how are you even? I know she on blood pressure medication. I know she is. She got to be. But everybody ain't lying on you. If Russell was a great dad, Tim was a great dad because he has the money. You know? Russell was damn near your daddy because he met you when you was young, underage, you know? Now, Dijon Moon, this is an African man here. This is an African, honest man. Now, Father's Day, coincidentally, you fighting with Russell Simmons on Juneteenth and on Father's Day and got his kids telling him, you know, just hating the man because you upset, you angry. You got misplaced anger because you really should be mad at that crocodile. But no, you doing what they telling you to do. Hate your brother, hate your sister, that's what they want. But the African, he an innocent bystander. Listen to what he got to say. Now, everybody ain't lying on you, Kimora. Everybody ain't lying on you. Jamal, Honsu, tell him.
It would have been nice to see my son for Father's Day. It would have also been nice if I could see him to at least talk to him, right? Like all fathers, right?
When was the last time that you saw your kid?
I can't even recall myself. How about that?
I hope you get to see your kids very soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Now, mind you, he down there at the DFACS office. This is social services. I should have recorded that part. He at the social services office. So I don't know what he was down there to do because it was Father's Day. It was another Father's Day. He ain't seen his son. So I think he was going down there to ask some people to help him. But then they found out who his wife was and who she was married to. Sir, there was nothing we can do, okay? You're not even a citizen of the United States. Keep going.
Hey, Jaimon. I'm sorry to bother you. Are you going to file for full custody?
Listen. I'm not in the mood for this.
Do you mind if
I'm
you
not
have...
in the mood for this.
Yeah.
Please.
Do you mind if you have just a couple of questions?
Yeah. When was the last time that you get to hang out with your kid?
When's the last time you saw your kid?
This morning.
Facebook. I did the right
FaceTiming.
Okay. Oh, no,
Have
that's
you
nice. That's nice. You had a FaceTime with your son? That's great.
Sorry to bother you, dude. But, I mean, I just want to know if you've been able to see your kid, talk to your kid.
Hey, I know you! Take it to autograph!
When was the last time that you saw your kid?
The custody battle.
Listen, bro, it's no custody battle. I'm not, in a lawyer's office, am I?
Are you going to file for custody? Would you like to send any message to Kimora? Would you like to send?
Just that little part. When he asked, do you have any message for...
Send any message to Kimora? Would you like to send a message to her?
Somebody get this man a boat so he can go see his son. It's Father's Day. Kimora, everybody ain't lying on you, Mrs. I keep receipts. So does the federal government. Every baby daddy ain't lying on you. And I'm not saying Russell is innocent. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this is a repetitive behavior, and you fed those kids anger. You fed them lies about their dads, and that's going to come back on you because you're going to need these dads when they lock you the fuck up. Now, we heading over to tashaklive.com at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got to get this Remy Ma and Papoose wine, okay? Because I never would have thought in a million years that she would cheat on the golden husband, allegedly, okay? Now, if you want to see the show, head on over to tashaklive.com right now. You subscribe on tashaklive.com. Please remember that this weekend I will not be here. I will not be back until Friday. Miss Bondi Blue, New Orleans is going to come hold it down. They're going to keep the wine a-spilling while I go on a little spiritual sabbatical, okay? I need my personal time. I need to teach y'all a lesson, okay? Y'all take me for granted around here, okay? Yeah. You don't appreciate what you got till it's gone. Ha! Nah. So make sure that you hear. And like I said, I am her and she is me, and I expect y'all to be on y'all best behavior, okay? I'll see y'all in a minute. Now I gotta go. Bye.